Hello everyone, my name is Julia Marley and welcome to my channel. For those of you who do not know, I am a dancer in the upcoming Netflix movie, The Prom, and today I'm going to be having a conversation with one of my dates, Ramone Garcia. What was the audition process like for you? Were you nervous? Did you think it went well?
I was definitely nervous through all of it because I was definitely out of my comfort zone every single audition. The first one was a singing audition, which is not my strong suit, but I did it, and that was uncomfortable, so I was very nervous. I really didn't think anything would come of it, but then I got a call back to go dance. And then I found out Casey was there, and then I was like, oh my God, like this is such a strong person on Broadway, and now I'm just gonna be in a room in front of him, not even booked. So I was so nervous. And then when I get to the audition, I see my friend Nicole, who I graduated with, who we are in the same class, and my friend Monroe. So it was definitely.
And you all booked it.
I know, and then I booked it, which is crazy.
Oh, no, you all did. The three of
all
you.
All of us, yeah, all of us.
I will reward myself and celebrate if I feel like I did my best. I'm sure you can relate. Like, you have to look at it or else you're just going to go crazy. Where if you did your best, then it's worth celebrating.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's really all that matters. How good did you try? Did you try your best? And if you did, then you know. I agree with you what you were saying. I actually auditioned for Lady Gaga, who is like my favorite person in the whole world, and got cut. I was like one of the first people to get cut. And because you don't develop that, like, oh, I did it, it's fine. It really isn't that big of a deal. Like, after you accept it, you're just like, it's fine.
Something that I've also been really believing lately is even if you really, really, really want something and then you don't get it, it's making you available for what is meant to be yours. Because it's a crazy long story, but something that I really, really wanted that if I had gotten, I wouldn't have been able to audition for the prom. You learn so much from every audition, even if you get cut right off the bat or you make it to the end. And everything that you learn, you're able to take with you to the audition that you end up booking. So everything happens for a reason, but sometimes it's just really hard to see the reason.
Yeah.
What was the most challenging part of the rehearsal/filming process for you?
Just getting over myself and not like slipping into an insecure mindset, because obviously, we all deal with insecurities, and at that time I had like an unhealthy habit of like putting myself in my place almost, which is so dumb. It's so silly to constantly do. But while I would be on set, not on set specifically, it'd be more like on rehearsal, I would get in my head a lot. Like if I messed up, I would very much drag myself and be like, oh, I'm doing it together. And it's just so unhealthy. So I think staying out of that mindset and being like, whatever. Who cares if you think the person next to you is better? Who cares if you think the person this like in front of you or behind you or wherever is better? Like, who cares? Who cares? You're in this room for a reason, and you need to start acting like it. So it was much more like a personal thing, but I think overcoming that insecurity and being like, any thought that I had that I wasn't good enough is gone.
Did any part of the experience take you by surprise or anything you weren't expecting?
Oh my God, having a trailer. That took me by surprise. I remember walking up on set and they were like, yeah, like your trailer. And I was like, my trailer? What do you mean my trailer? And lo and behold, Ramone Garcia on the trailer. I was like, what? I get a trailer? Oh my God, someone fed me? I think the amount of care, I've never felt more like special in my life. Someone fed me a banana while we were
Me too.
Yes. Oh my God.
Wait, I have the same. I want to hear your banana story.
Well, we were doing the first one, Tonight Belongs to Us. We were dying. Yeah. Everyone was so nice. The crew was like giving us candy, trying to give us energy. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? And she brings out a banana. And so I grab it and I start opening it. And then they yell, play things or whatever. They're yelling. So I was like, oh.
Right?
Yes. I didn't know what to do with it. And she was like, I'll hold it. So she's just standing there holding my banana.
Oh my gosh.
I was finished dancing and she'd run up to me and be like, take a bite. So I grab it. She's like, no, take a bite.
I literally have the exact same story that I have told all of my family and friends because it was the most strange experience.
Yeah.
And everyone was so kind. I was like, no, it's okay. I'll just shove it. I'll just eat it right now. Hold it. And the woman was so sweet. And I just saw her while I was dancing holding the half-eaten banana, and I was like, oh my God, you don't have to do
My
that,
heart.
please. I know.
I know.
Was,
you feel like wrong almost. You're like,
I know.
No, it's fine. Just put it down.
The fact that we share that banana experience, I just love that. That's
so
funny. Okay, if you could relive one day from the entire experience, what would that be?
Oh my God, being on set. Oh, well, what one specific day? The day that we danced and Nicole Kidman and like all of them, we all did it, and with the cannons and glitter. That day, I was torn because there was some days where the crew is just so nice.
I know.
And you feel
so
like
nice.
like a prince or a princess. Like they're so nice. But there was this one day where in that day I had a whole conversation with all of them except for Meryl Streep. I got to talk to James Gordon, and it was cool because we actually got to talk about like the industry and like the way the dancers are really treated. Yeah, because he was saying like, we just got to talk about the industry and how it's different for different art forms and how, you know, we put in a lot of work, but there's not really a lot of recognition. We don't really even have categories of awards. Like it's not really much of a thing. And so we chatted about that for a second, and then I got to talk to Nicole Kidman about the relevance of the film. Like I remember telling her, like, isn't it crazy how 20 years later, 10 years later, we can now make films like this, whereas years ago it would have been huge. And we got to talk about some of that and like the different ways that the film's going to impact. I asked her like how she felt to be, you know, part of something that was specifically about a specific group of people and how, like, you know what I mean, like the two girls coming together to have that experience at the prom. Yeah, like it was so nice. I got a hug Keegan-Michael Key. We were like just chatting, and then at the end of one of the takes, he decided to just do like a big hug situation because, you know, we're celebrating. It's the end of the prom. We did it, like. And I just remember we like hugged, and I remember being like, "Oh my God, I just hugged Keegan-Michael Key. Like, what the what is happening?" I just hugged Keegan. Yeah, that day, being able to nonchalant talk among these huge stars was wild.
How would you say being involved in this project has affected you as an artist and as a person?
As a person, I remember like years ago being super young and looking up at like High School Musical or like Step Up, like all the different dance movies. And I just remember being like, dang, like I want to do that. And knowing that I have now done that, knowing that like a huge dream of mine has been accomplished at all, like at such a young age, because although I am not 17, I'm still really young. I just turned 20.
You are really young.
Yeah, I booked the prom when I was 21. Oh my God, honestly, it being about like gay relevance definitely impacted me as well. Booking the prom and finishing it in blue eyeshadow among all of these gay people.
I grew up in the theater, and I've always had my sights set on Broadway. So this project came about, and I was like, oh my God, this is so me. It's a Broadway show turned movie. And the style of dance that we did is definitely more hip hop for theater. And hip hop is my favorite style of dance. And that's definitely my comfort zone when it just comes to dancing in general. So this whole project was a total like, oh my God, match made in heaven for me with theater and Broadway and all the people on the project who came straight from Broadway who I literally was drooling over. I mean, our dance captains, Brendan Stimson and Zach Sipple, are just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. They were, oh my God. And I mean, working with Casey Nicola, who is Broadway gold, is just and he is honestly one of the most joyful and kind people I have ever met. He is so full of love for what he does, and that is so inspiring to see. I love this question so much. What advice would you give your younger self?
Oh my gosh.
Let's say 15.
Ooh, 15?
15. That's a very pivotal age right there.
Education is cool. Being educated and having a good vocabulary is cool.
Yes, that is such a good point.
Find moments that you have overcome and like pin them in your heart. So whenever you're feeling really down and like you can't do it anymore, or you can't, or you're just incapable, then you can go back to the moments that you have overcome something and use that to fuel you.
For me, I had this interest in commercial hip hop. And I just kind of went with it because I was like, this is something that makes me really happy. I had no idea how it would tie into my theater training. And I also did Matilda, which is a total like hip hop theater-y show. And then the Prom comes along, which is a marriage of everything that I love. And it was like, oh, I followed my passions for hip hop, which kind of took me this way for a while. But then it came back and met theater. And now I see how it all connects.
Like you said, find who you are and just be unauthentically you.
I was listening to an interview from our queen, Ariana DeBose, yesterday, because she speaks, I'm like the biggest fan for her. She speaks so well. But she was saying how, you know, as you progress in your career and just as you grow up, and she used the phrase, the room where it happens from Hamilton, obviously, because, you know, but she said the room that you want to be in changes. And that has happened very clearly for me this year. I have always known that I had this passion for acting, and I've kind of dabbled in it the past, 5 years. But this year, my focus has been acting. I've been going so full force with acting, and so many things that I didn't even dream of before, I see possible for myself now. And it's so exciting. It's amazing to have these dreams, but it's okay and it's great for your dreams to change, expand, grow. And if your dreams are the same from when you were 10, great. And if they're not, that's okay too. The last question is, what major lessons are you going to take with you from the Prom to your next project?
You gotta go. You gotta work hard. You have to work hard. Try not to mark if you don't need to. Try to go as full out as possible. As far as the next rehearsal, pay attention to as much as you can. As much as you can. What will I take with me in life? Be yourself. Really, truly, genuinely be yourself. We are in a time where it is fine. You can be yourself. And it is popular. It's not unpopular anymore. I got to dance in a film with makeup. What? I would have never. I remember when I was a child, those two things were like beyond what a man could do. And I got paid.
Also, you have to be a sponge everywhere you go. Because
Absolutely.
there's, like we were talking about in the interview on your channel, there is so much to learn from, even if it's not a major movie, even if you're working on a student film, there is always something that the person next to you knows that you don't know that you can learn. And I feel like what's really exciting about being on set, even more so, or it's different than being in rehearsals, because when you're on set, you're surrounded by the entire crew. And their purpose and their job is very different from yours.
I remember in a rehearsal, you know how they had the boards of the drawings of like the sets?
Yeah.
I had seen with my eyes the Eleanor one, the set design for the Eleanor. Yeah, I saw it. So, because I'm so nosy, I was like, what is, you know what I mean? So
it's great. Yeah,
I saw the Eleanor thing. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm going to remember this image because I want to see in the film what it actually looks like. It looked exactly like what he drew. So I was like,
wait, we should talk about that. They literally had like boards, like a
storyboard
project with photos of what they want the set to look like. And it looked exactly like, and even the vibe that they were going for, it's so cool. It's like drawing out a scene and then it coming to life exactly.
Yeah.
I remember walking into the rehearsal space and seeing, on the day that we rehearsed all the principals, seeing all the principals for the first time. And Meryl Streep, she was standing on the opposite side of the room, but her energy, it felt like she just took up the entire room with her positive energy and her happiness and joy for being there. And I think that is such a beautiful quality in a person. One of the, I feel like the most accurate words I can use to describe even being a part of the entire project, it was just an honor. Yeah. Every second, I just felt so lucky to be there. It was so much fun. Well, thank you so much for doing this. Anytime I talk about the Prom, it just makes me so happy.
I know, it just brings me to like I'm probably gonna watch the trailer in a bit.
Yeah, me too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out Ramone. I'll leave all of his links below. And don't forget, we did a part 2 of this interview over on his channel. So that link will be in the description. I am working on really, really exciting content for you guys. I think you're going to really enjoy what I have in store. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!